Hi, it's Elizabeth Mendenhall again, and you are joining me in a 5 series video on strategic planning. In our first video, we talked about overall strategic planning concepts. In our second video, we talked about accessibility. Our third video, we talked about mass collaboration. And now we're going to talk about one of those dirty C words, that we don't always talk about in associations. No, it's not change. It's creativity, which shouldn't be a dirty word. It should be an exciting word, creativity. And doesn't creativity sound a whole lot more exciting than change? Creativity is a positive word. It makes us realize that we're doing things differently. It makes people get excited knowing that they can be creative in the process. But it's also something that you have to practice. If you don't practice it, then sometimes it does get a little uncomfortable. And the one thing we know is that the more you do hard things, the less hard they become. And so you've got to be really intentional about building creativity into your association. In 2020, we had no choice. We were forced into a season of creativity where we had to rethink all of the things that we were doing and really kind of reach out, look to other industries, look to other businesses, see what was happening. How can we get creative for survival? And I think that is one of the most amazing and best things about realtors and realtor associations. We had a legal counsel, a chief legal counsel at NAR. Her name was Lori Janik, and somebody talked to Lori about change. And they said, realtors don't like to change. And she said, absolutely not. I beg to differ with you. She said, they will change in a heartbeat if they think it will improve their business. And isn't she so right on that? So why would we have any different expectation than for our association and how we plan our businesses with our strategic planning? And think of it as creativity and thinking of it, how do we do things differently? How do we do things better? Creativity allowed and should allow for ideas to come from anyone and anywhere. And one of the things, again, I think a great lesson for 2020 is that it's die or thrive, one of the two. You've got a choice, and if you want to thrive, you've got to be really, really open to understanding that ideas need to come from anyone, anywhere. And so how do we make sure that we're trying to get ideas from anyone, anywhere? And how do we then spur on that creativity? Because we know that when members know that there is a culture of creativity in association, that their ideas are encouraged, that those outliers are important, that they're not just going to get shut down, that they're going to get considered, that they get more involved, they get more excited about the association, and they want to participate. And that all helps to the mass collaboration. It helps to making sure members do what we want them to do and are doing the actions and things that we different want. And again, the more we practice being uncomfortable, the easier it becomes. Think about maybe if this year was the first time you ever went on video, and you know what? Oh my gosh, your first video sucked. It was awful. Maybe some of you haven't done it yet because you're scared. It's just like anything. You've got to start doing it. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. The better you get at it, the more confidence that you have with it. And so whether it's creativity or change, you have to keep things practicing so that you get better and better and better at it. Dare I say we have had a year of a lot of change, and it has made a lot of people very uncomfortable. And you get to choose whether you get to label that as change or whether you get to label that as being creative. But the one thing is the pace of creativity has increased. And so it would certainly be a shame right now to step back and to go back to the way it was and not continue to try to increase the advancement of our creativity in the fashion that we have. I'm not saying it always has to be at the same pace, because I keep using the phrase, we've jumped to light speed this year. Maybe not light speed, but maybe a healthy run down the track is a good way to do it. And so keep in mind, it's okay to rethink what you're doing. It's okay to get creative. It's imperative that you open yourselves up to creativity coming from anywhere, any place, anytime, because that's where we're going to get more ideas, and that's how we're going to get the best ideas.